Alright, hello, and welcome back. Hello, everybody. Hello, Vio, Night, Neon. How's everybody doing? What? The KFC. Oh no. Why the KFC? Oh, the song I was playing earlier was, I keep forgetting to add the thing that displays the music at the bottom of the screen. It was Dream Suite in C major by Miracle Musical. And then the other one was Riot by Earl Sweatshirt. Turn myself up just a little bit. And then resync the capture. Oh, you got a KFC ad. Oh no. Appropriate. In case you don't know the lore, I'm related to Arlen Sanders. He's like my great uncle or something. That's why I don't want to play that one KFC dating sim game. It's too weird. Now let's see, what time is the thing? 1952. Okay, I do need to. Oh wait. So one of Kim's voice lines, I don't know which one here, in the yard is like glitched out, and it's like 10 times louder than all of the other voice lines in the game. So if you get jump scared by a really loud Kim here, I don't know where it is though. The family business.
It's been a week and now they show up?
A balcony with a view of the yard and the hanging. Smoker on the balcony. You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Well, let's see, let me get situated here, take a sip of my coffee. He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. Why are you whispering? It sounds like you're already in trouble. No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here. Too late, young man. Trouble's found you.
Sorry, I don't have time for this. I just want to finish my cigarette and be gone.
Visual calculus. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing. Actually, the police really need to talk to you. No problem, we'll talk, more next time.
Is it really that important?
He asked you, adjusting his shirt. Half-light. Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me your name? It looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Rhetoric. Martin Martinez? A good local name. Let's go with that. Looks like you get a good
I
view.
can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
He waves lazily with his cigarette. Did I? Did you look at Kim? I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
He gestures idly.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Rain patters on the windowsills and dead houseplants. Too late to do them any good. Conceptualization. It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
Electrochemistry. A Sunday friend. How intriguing. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent. Half light. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching. Spying on you three. Alright, I guess we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stepping it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Let's see. Now, if you let's see. Convince him to stay, 42%. No. Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog. What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry, huh?
Check out this Riz. Please! Please! I'll do anything! Please! I'll give you my money!
What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? Please don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take the trash out. Just please don't leave me.
Trash?
The young man shakes his head in confusion. Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Listen, I really have to go.
With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail.
Good luck with the investigation.
He walks away.
He's gone.
The lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up? You're right, he probably didn't have anything important to say anyway.
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we've found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that. A stone like any other, laying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it. Turn it over. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments.
How are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Put the stone back, leave. A garden hose. This won't be of any use until the snow melts. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Oh, hold on. Wash off the death smell. You reek of death. Wash it off. If there's a bathtub in your room in the whirling in rags, a good place to visit once you can, have some privacy. Smoker on the balcony. Ask around, for his apartment number. Well, here's the apartment that Mr. Amverot asked me to break into. A door, basement apartment. This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. Carefully knock. Put your ear against the door. Use Manana's key to unlock the door. You try to be as silent as you can. Takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Perception, hearing. The sound of the key turning still echoes in the yard. Hopefully, no one heard. Inland Empire. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there. A white alligator? A fountain of quicksilver? Shivers. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle. The smell of disinfectant in the room smells like chemicals. Colonial Mug Collection. A row of mugs sits on a shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. Tap on the mugs. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. Conceptualization. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn. What do I mean, uncomfortable? It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's making fun of these people. Cynical, slippery bastard. The artist must be free to do what he wants. The artist must be free to tell the truth about what these guys look like. I don't think I like the owner of this apartment. Of course, you slippery bastard. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs and puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Whip out your yellow man mug and compare. Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
A logic. An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road. Inland Empire. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often. Do you really think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash?
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
I move on from the mugs. Whoever lives here admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Tickle. Oh yeah, that's right. Earlier I added some Disco Elysium emotes. Actually, I added a bunch of... I've updated the emote command. Hold on. It'll display all of them. There we go. That's all of the active emotes in the channel, except for... Oh, Kuna. It's supposed to be Kuno, not Kuna. I'll have to go back and fix that one. I spelled it wrong because I'm dumb. What's there we go. A book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. I'm trying to... There we go. You can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on this flag. Encyclopedia. This is the flag of Revachol, the Suzanity. Suzerainty. I don't know how you say it. What's with the sun? This isn't just one sun, but there's a little sun dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. What's a sevenfold sun miracle? It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather, 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halohephonemia is how old Revachol got its flag. Inland Empire, it is but one of the many strange optic atmospheric phenomena on this wonderful archipelago. You sure you once saw sundogs in your youth, and blue flares? Lieutenant, the old flag of the suzerain. Point. Bow down before the flag.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
A traditionalist. Bow before the flag. The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with quiet dignity. Esprit de corps. It is not my flag, he thinks. My flag is the signal blue of the zone of control. A small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over. Oh yeah, I keep picking up clothes, but I forget to look at them. I got the orange bum hat. +1 reaction speed, feeling twitchy. I don't think I have a hat, do I? I don't. Oh, there we go. An orange beanie with a couple of big-ass holes on the side. It looks like it might have been used as a mask during an armed robbery. And insulary dress, +1 logic, good with numbers. Pressed and spotless, gleaming white shirt. The kind that serious men wear. At serious insulary offices. Not yet piss-soaked or cum-stained. Eviction notices and missing pets are plastered on top of each other. We got the flip up glasses, the auditor, +1 logic, balancing the books, -1 authority, filthy a boho, probably a narcomaniac. These flip up sunglasses were fashionable in the old, but have since lost their popularity. Their thin gold alloy wireframes are a reminder of drug-addled bohemian artists. These days, the glasses are only favored by organized crime accountants who desire to look cool. Wait, what are my glasses? Oh, I don't have any. Oh yeah, that's right. It detracted my drama. What does this give me? -1 authority? No, I want the authority. No glasses for now. Okay, I have to let Everett know that you unlocked the door. I should probably run back and do that. I'll do that later. I'll do that on the next day. The box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Smells of laundry detergent. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Apartment 12. A loud rumbling snores from within. The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. Mold crawls on those bathroom tiles. Actual moss. The shower curtains are covered in some sort of a slime. Someone draws a 5-pointed star on the wall. Encyclopedia. That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers, the iconography of communism. In other words, look out, Kim, there are communists around here. Inspect the symbol closer.
I'll keep my armistice handy, detective.
Inspect the symbol. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. But today, half a century after, the star and antlers remain the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why is the star upside down? To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. What's the deal with the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time, above it. Why white? Because white is the color of peace. What does it evoke in me? Finished thought. Communism is the ideology of gutless intellectuals and clueless university students. They don't care about the real working man. A padlocked door. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the door says number 11. Examine the padlock. Wait, hold on. I remember this. Wait. I need to equip the cutters. Examine the padlock. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Time for a little snip snip. Adieu, hand scissors.
You seem committed to it, so go on.
Jones. No, I fail. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters. It's not really
I
working.
believe it's the
You should
shackle you
not
mean to
get
cut,
damaged
detective.
morale. No, I'm so bad. Don't you think that's what I'm trying to do?
Perhaps you should give it another go.
Oh, Kim pointed out the shackle, interfacing 83%. But you failed again. Oh, okay. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
A flamboyant poster of a white star. Real lithography. A bust of Kraz Mazov. A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov. Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Mazov in their bedroom? Kraz Mazov was a sexual deviant, a zoophile probably. Oh no. The lieutenant raises a brow. I hate deviants. That's right, not filthy.
Thank you for sharing this wonderful opinion on human sexuality.
No, he uses uses fur affinity. What is it? E621. Thank you for sharing this wonderful opinion on human sexuality. He pretends to read the economics book open on the table.
There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz
The
Mazov?
white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. A book of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. A classic white Samarizanian Communist Party and the accompanying subtropical drug traffickers. It fits you well regardless of your political ambitions. Wait, what is my shirt? One conceptualization minus one suggestion. What's this? Oh, this is just cool. Oh wait, oh, it's a jacket. Actually, no, I don't want that. I thought it was a shirt. Oh, just... Door number 9 is locked. The graffito says, a firing squad for the rich. What?
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Let's see. She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you all right? Should I call a doctor? This won't take long. I have a few questions.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Just making. Yeah, of course he is. As she starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks. And
Now,
whenever he's
what do you
talking
want from me, policeman?
to the thoughts in his head, he's saying it out loud, and Kim is just staring at him. Logic. She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residents. Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom.
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
Shivers. And all she gets too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door. Outside, splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. I'm looking for Martin Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
What do you mean? I wasn't joking. I know you don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinez. He told me that he's Martin Martinez.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jambrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Right. Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway. Perception hearing. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio turn to a talk show, and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? He's wanted for murder. He's going away for life.
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Oh, wait, is it this way or is it the... I don't remember how to get there. Oh, here we go. You hear distant traffic. A night is falling on the city. A maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. A breaker box full of cigarette butts and electrical wires. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Door, apartment 28. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Reaction speed. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
Knock. No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tomorrow, 2100.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Reaction speed. Damn, turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Logic. Remember tomorrow. He's probably gone for today. This is the door to apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. This is the door to apartment 30. Voices from within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. The curtains shift, just a little. Someone is watching from within. Apartment number 8. Their mailbox is overflowing. The note reads, foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Let's see, a book, 16 Days of Coldest April. The cover features a row of concrete buildings with a monochrome rainbow in the sky. It tells a rather excruciating story about two lovers during a period of ethnic unrest in Yukograd. The book has been filed under psychological realism. Waves crashing in the darkness. Shivers. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. Rub your sides for warmth. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling below to 20 degrees Celsius. Her face, the plan. Look around yourself, her face is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping in the pain. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. The plan? Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. Look around yourself. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. Conceptualization. She had an eye for beauty. Shiver. Someone has torn down the wall. An old grocery list on the table and checks.
The streets will flow red once more, a great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive. Don't use that tone with me. I am the law. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Yeah, when were you last tested? Just answer some questions, lady.
Go where? Accosting a minor?
Listen to your partner, pig man. Keep your grubby hooves off little old ladies.
Oh, my hooves. No. Despite the attitude, she puts a brush aside. Perception, smell. The smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat docked next to the pier. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. Joyce Messer. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to her on.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write? Why are you so committed to defacing the building? I have an opinion on this. Wanna hear it?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cads. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the
This
building?
place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
I love public art. Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Actually, I don't have an opinion. I lied.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
That heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
Fumes are bad for you, okay? Okay, drugs are bad, okay? You'd better hand it over. That's some clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Enough coal to last for several winters, smells of chemicals. Pour le home laborer genes. +1 electrochemistry, god ass. -1 reaction speed, hind sight. Wait, what do mine do? -1 savoir-faire, electrochemistry. Oh, the god ass. Although these genes look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric, you can't but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Interfacing. The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something, soft yet crinkly. Take the item out. Apricot chewing gum. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. This reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. Apricot chewing gum wrapper. A gleaming chewing gum wrapper found in the pocket of the laborer jeans. It gives off an ever so faint scent of apricots. Your mouth starts watering. A crinkle chewing gum wrapper. The worn label says Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Why do I even care about this? Good question. There's no answer or secret phrase written on the inside of the wrapper, yet you are drawn to it. Inland Empire. Drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself from the Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. I'll hang on to it, just in case. You carefully fold the wrapper into a square before putting it back into your pocket. Lovingly even, despite the strange feeling of regret. The door is locked. You can't get in. Above, tarps flap in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. Oh, let me see. What should I do in the meantime here? What are my tasks I still have to do? I think pretty much the day's almost over for the day one. Smoker on the balcony. Find the murder weapon. Reality lowdown. Nina's pen. Sing karaoke, open the apartment door. Tattoos, I already called that in. I guess I can go talk to Joyce. I guess I'll drink the thing before I talk to her, because I still have to drink booze here. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and tools used to disassemble it. We got the Signal Blue Naval Coat, +1 suggestion. Aye, Captain, -1 half-light. Official pose. The classic double-breasted coat suits everyone, including you. And if you ever find yourself battling winds at the helm of a ship, then the coat's heavy fabric has got your back, even if moths have left a few holes in it. Cape Side Apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, roundabout north. Looks like there was more construction here once, decades ago. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. A room at the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Where's my booze? Oh, there it is. Oh, there. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. And here's where the magic happens. Look at the bottle. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Interfacing. Whoa, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. Open the bottle. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on the back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. Inland Empire. You see a flash of teeth, a young woman smiling at you, near some railway overpass in your ruined past. She's gorgeous, and she is yours. What will be the repercussions if I take that sip? Take a sip. Nothing, some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. Drink it. There we go. Oh, and I got a level up from that. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done. What a recording to see the screen. Alcohol, blah, 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 okay. From the void we came, and to the void we must return. Let's see, do I have any... Where my thought... Oh, it's actually... There's another... hour and 50 minutes left. It'll be... I think it'll finish by tomorrow. Cop of the Apocalypse. Do I get the...
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
A striking woman leans against the cabin atop of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets of a silk star fizz tied around her throat. She extends her hand in greeting. She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Joyce L? What does the L stand for? Loser.
Beaton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. What exactly is the RCM? I remember hearing about it somewhere.
I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police.
What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Conceptualization. Relax. She meant it in jest. Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold. Interfacing. Like steel. There's strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin. I think I'm still wearing the gloves I had on to dig my hands into the dead guy's head. And they're covered in blood and brain matter still. Okay.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Hold on, let me...
Of course, Detective. Take care.
What's this? Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats are there. Does she have a name? Do you have a license for the... Oh, you got a license for that boat. I think I have a handle on the boat thing.
The boat? No. It is called Traditionalist 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word. It feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. Shivers. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone. Cool, but your boat really needs a name. Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
Okay. How about Traditionalist 19? Why?
She taps on the side of the boat. It makes a hollow sound.
Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Traditionalist, and its hull is 19 paces long.
Let's see. How about the sleek fish? How about the X something? How about Dolores? X something.
The X something. The X what?
The executor. The ex-wife. Just the X something. Oh no, it's Elon Musk. He names everything X. No.
Thank you for the suggestion. I see the word has emotional resonance for you. For me, sadly, none. So I will stick with the factory name.
Oh my god, we figured out why he names everything X. 'Cause he misses his ex-wife. We've cracked the code. Okay, but what kind of boat is it?
It's a pleasure craft. A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Esprit de corps. I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is he throwing you off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her. Not a lot of people on boats around here. Do you have a license? Let's see.
Good.
Tell me about the Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Encyclopedia. A billion. What exactly is a billion? Wow. That's it? I thought Wild Pines was supposed to be big time. Numbers like that mean nothing to me. The money I owe is so much less than that.
It's a number, officer. A big one.
What is it made of?
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands.
Wow. That's it? Number means nothing. I owe so much less than that.
Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary. But they are quite real for the 72,000 employees who depend on Wild Pines for their paychecks. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It is a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions from?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samoan and Insulindian Islas 250 years ago, when Pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
Where does Wild Pines get all these? Let's see. What does such a huge system want with a place like this look around?
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world? That's quite an endeavor indeed. You don't keep it moving. The workers do. The company is nothing without them.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for,
The 15th
lest the entire
Indo-Tribe.
system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
Oh, did I not slot this? Oh, I needed a level. That's right. Let me slot this and then... There we go. Do I have another level? Hold on, what is this anyway? 5 temporary research bonus. Wild Pines. Failed Capri, Tricentennial, Villers, LaSalle. Names of Rivasholi and Indo tribes spring to your head. Set loose the mention of Wild Pines, Royal Monopolies, Octopuses, and Swordfish. Most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, Saint Baptiste, Brightest Star, LUM, Resplendent, East Insulindic, Welter, and El Cassette. But isn't one missing? Wait, no. There were only 14. Then why do I feel like there is a 15th Indo tribe? Wait, how many skill points do I have? Where does it display that? Oh well, I'll just spend it. A suggestion. With your help, hopefully, uh, she says her warm tone. What can you tell me about this strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Wait, what if I want to hear about trade secrets?
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
An octopus. I will slay it. How do I repeal it then? Wouldn't want to disturb an octopus. Better let it be.
I am glad you see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What's your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Oh, you mean Jalouk, my race mentor? He's a great teacher. A man of virtue.
Oh, so you've met him. Has he beguiled you with his inane theories?
My colleague has his peculiarities. Let's not go into this particular one just yet.
Of course. To each their own.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay then, cool. The fuck?
Yes. Extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
I like it. I don't know what to think about that. Over-aggressive commie posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Forget it, I want to... commie posturing.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
What does that even mean? Most of them probably don't even know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have to admit. The workers can't be kings. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do? Proceed.
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Reaction speed. This checks out. The scabs at the gate. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
What do you think of Everard?
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Well, let's see. That's Everard, all right. He's not that bad.
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
I remember hearing something about this Edgar. Wait, there are two of him?
Have you seen him?
No.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the Union itself? Outside the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
As she hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
An effective advocate for the rights of local working men? A giant leech sucking the life out of Rivashol. Basically, a socialist mob. I prefer not to have an opinion on these things. A leech.
Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Etsy, one more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked.
Stop the
There was
steal.
a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
I love that. I found out that there's like a sect of Trump supporters that are like that think that like because they think that he won the election in 2020 and that Joe Biden is the illegitimate president and that Trump was really the president in 2020, that this election counts as his third term and is unconstitutional and makes it so he can't be president.
Disappeared?
Disappear.
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
I don't know how fucked in the head you have to be to come to that conclusion, but it's like a thing people believe, so... Let's see. Eerie, it happens. Kind of, extortion, probably. What would you say? This day local chapter elections, the daughter phoned and said she was running late, some kind of extortion.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need to know. Let's change the
course.
topic.
How else can I help?
Let's see. Can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you that I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My badge is related to that.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I'd lost all memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Let's see, suggestion, 42% sympathy for your amnesia. How do I negotiate my way out of this? I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do. No, feelings will guide the way. But madam, I need to know about this lynching. It's very important to me. It's the case I'm solving.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
You don't understand. It's not like a side case for me. This is my main thing. You have so much else, and I have only this. Spread your hands. This is the entirety of my existence. She's silent. The wind flaps. The sail above her. At this boat, for example, at a home somewhere, I only have this case. No, my morale. Give me the drugs. The carbon fiber hull creaks. I don't remember anything except this lynching. There was only this coast, and this lynching. This case is what I will be known by.
You know, I don't mean to sound cold, but if you want something, you have to give something back. More than just guilt.
Suggestion. You're doing it. Despite your own best efforts, you're still getting in somehow.
I'll be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something tangible.
Like what?
The Union is conducting drug trade out of the harbour. It's an open secret in Martinez. Surely it must not come as a complete surprise to the RCM either. Or
Oh,
you can
I-
find your badge, which honestly seems like a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam. Lee.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
The lieutenant's voice is hushed. How did you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Oh, so we're henchmen now. I really thought it was going well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? We could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
What do you propose we
No,
do?
if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay, let's get back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Alright, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Oh, hello, Faye. Yeah, I was gonna ask how's your playthrough going, but you got soft locked on day 2. Oh no. Yeah, you can just straight up lose if you in a lot of different ways in this one.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic
Fentanyl.
psychedelics.
Is that-
Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't
Smoking
make from the stuff.
fentanyl, lace cereal milk. I see God.
Oh, you got the boots? Yeah, I missed the boots during this playthrough. Let me get this straight. The material comes from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
Which path are you going down? Are you a filthy commie?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
What superstar sorry cops centrist? Good route. And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean? And I'm going to need bolt cutters for this.
Unlikely, officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers, well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they may be vulnerable.
Need that electrochemistry.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Did you get the... Do you want to do the fuck with me at the beginning? Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance, in bright daylight upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Why didn't you come to the RCM earlier? It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there like that, is it? What proof do you have that the union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Oh, yeah, what is it? So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs? We already have some suspicions that one driver was present at the lynching.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done.
Okay, I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We will take the case, probe the drivers, see what it yields.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the photo.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos? Fine, let's return to it later.
Better not tie the 4th day to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Hold on, let me get the... I want her money.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You seem rich. Can I have some money? Inland Empire is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? What? Why not? Inland Empire. Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. What nice fabrics. What lustrous hair. But you seem rich. A well-kept, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of gray, she's elected to keep it au naturel. Shaped into a permanent wave, a late 40s style. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. Conceptualization. These are the kind eyes of a rich man that seem to say everything is possible. Yes, so? Inland Empire. Now, look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too ashamed? I'm not ashamed. What is this feeling? I've never felt it before. I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. As I should be for even considering it. This is a woman, and I am a man. Oh, no, well, that's definitely the fashion option. Yes, you should be able to take care of yourself, not grovel at her beautiful feet. Oh no, Harry's a foot guy. Dishonoring yourself and your organization with this request.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Oh no, -2 Revacholian nationhood disapproves. 1 herd of billions. Let's eight's only 8%. No. I need volition. Hold on, let's see. Do I have any point? Yeah, I'll save my point. Well. Oh, I don't have any points. Okay, well. I need someone to give me the... Oh, yeah, let me do the Claire. I've talked to Everclear.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Physical instrument. Finally, time to choose sides. I didn't. He's a beautiful man, beautiful and just. Everard Clare is a hero of the workers' movement. He is the champion I've sworn fealty to. He is a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Rainbow socialist.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, there.
He has
Truly
his uses.
rabid
How else would he
traditionalist.
have
Like
stayed
a
in power all
Satan
these years?
traditionalist
Oh,
things.
wait. Actually,
Oh yeah, like when he talks about the polar weasel, and then what's his name is like, what? It's like, why are you being racist? The Tarnished Silver Trophy? Yeah. Oh, Measurehead? Yeah, the a reference to phrenology and like racist skull measuring to
corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
As she looks at the ground and nods.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Yeah, that's like the old school like pseudo intellectualization of like racism. When they couldn't use religion to like justify their racism, they turned to like pseudoscience in like the 1800s ish. And and sexism, yeah. And it became skull measuring and all that.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things. Electrochemistry. Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun. I'd rather talk about something else.
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling. Esprit de corps. When I said be wacky, I didn't mean wildly, grossly irresponsible, and damaging to the RCM.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
No. Mr. Everett says it's almost ready to be found soon. Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Yes. As you said.
She looks confused for a moment.
Please don't get him in a loop. If he gets in a loop, it will last forever. Ask him to say something else, please.
Of course. Thank you for the advice. I'm glad you are here to assist. Your other dealings with Everard are still of considerable interest to me.
Esprit de corps, the lieutenant will be more lenient towards sharing those, hopefully. Mr. Everard is helping me find my gun. I'd rather talk about something
Of course,
else.
Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
You seem smart. I need someone who can give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality?
It's related to that medical episode that I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. No time to explain. Just give me the lowdown. Actually, now is a good time for a reality lowdown, maybe later.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy, now that I think of it.
She puts down her thermal cup and looks at you.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be
That's
here a
all.
while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
Encyclopedia. All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay? Where are we? What times are these? What is this acute encephalopathy? Esprit de corps. What is... Think of something close to you. +1 RCM can access ICP database. +1 RCM uses unjacketed ammo. What are you? What is this? Spread your hands. Conceptualization 3%. What is reach for something fundamental? Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
Baby? And what is Martinez?
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it
Boomer.
no heed.
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Aren't we all?
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed.
She
There are
closes her
ruins,
eyes.
a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Inland Empire. Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable. Flowing in and out of sight. What's the name of this island?
Caillou. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
Empathy. It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her. Conceptualization, and to humanity at large. Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
Inland Empire. As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact. What makes Revachol great? Make Revachol great again.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built this? We built this city.
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So, we're in an unimportant part of an important place. So we're pretty much at the center of the world. So we're on the periphery. Basically nobody's.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about...
As she points across the water, where the skyscrapers rise. Perception sight, a sparkle of light on the horizon, like evening stars above the curvature of the planet.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Look to the sea. Silence. She lowers her hand. Inland Empire. The water. The light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. Shivers. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it. Where are we? I don't know any of this. Say nothing. Observe the large body of water swelling. Cold. Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
See, thought gained. Je m'en souviens. Derealization. She watches you closely as you scan the horizon. Let's see. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
Let's see.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later, but I want to know everything now. But won't I be lazy if I don't do it all now?
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far. and diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
Oh, and I have to find the... I need to know this one. What are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
Oh no, where's the one where it's the... What is this? What times are these? I don't know which one is the one. Here, it's getting late. Let's see. Where's the...
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Here, leave. Where's the... I was hoping I could get the one line where it's like, she says, I'm a liberal. Harry's like, Dios mío, a liberal. Makes cross sign on chest. Oh, Kim has something to say.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for
We
damages
should
yet,
take care of that then.
but I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Let's see, who else has keys to the trash container?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
Shivers. On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
He turns to the man. Thanks.
Yes?
Something else. So about that money I owe, I've seen something here, the whirling guard. A thing I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that in the mess hall that's reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
He tosses his head in disdain.
They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
Reaction speed. You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Yeah, after 1600, the sign said. Reserved, starting 1600. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
Good question.
He turns to the cafeteria manager.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
Why is that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
There's something else I want to talk about.
What?
Reaction speed. By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later. Oh, hold on. I need to... I know what I need to talk to him about. The aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. The dishes are drying, the smell of chemicals and pine trees. A blue door. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. Inland Empire, you immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. Touch the door. Try to push on the door. I wonder where this door leads. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to the touch. The stainless steel door is flush, with its frame on every side. Old interfacing, rolled old cobalt paint. Rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe. Try to push on the door. The door does not budge. I wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
I'm drawn to its cobalt blue. It's part of the whirling in rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know. Out of duty, we may find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
Yes, a mini side investigation. No, the door is a mega investigation. The door is the main investigation. Will merge into a stereo investigation.
If you say so. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. Inside, you catch a glimpse of Union paraphernalia. A strike poster, some red... I didn't see what that last word was. It went too fast.
Can I help you?
So about that money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
Can I pay with his check? Show him the giant novelty check. How much do I owe you again?
For the drinks, 30 real.
I was wondering if we could come to sort of arrangement tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. It's cold out, I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. Come on, man, after everything I've been through. Kim is about to say something. Let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However...
He adjusts his glasses.
I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and...
He stops mid-sentence.
I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Hold on, I still have my key, you know? This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against the metal box installed in the back of the counter. Interfacing. Draconian measures.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? I'll find a way in. I'll break the door down.
Oh, wonderful. Try to do that. I'll have to call you an ambulance.
This conversation isn't going
Not
anywhere.
until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
Esprit de corps. I really didn't want to resort to this, the man is thinking.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Oh, guard us another thing of the world.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
I saw a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have...
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt. Composure. He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. I think you'd like to know what's back there. And let him get to pretend he's indifferent.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
By the way, I'm gonna sing karaoke here.
Absolutely out of the question.
Inland Empire, absolutely in the question. First, we find a sad banger. Then, we sing this place to shit. Did something complete yet? Oh no, it has another 6 minutes. It'll probably finish before, soon.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Reaction speed, transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. Look in the suspect transport enclosure. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkling in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those things? What do you mean you confiscated them? Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take the spinners. Sorry I can't thank them. It wouldn't be right. Don't take the spinners.
There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
What do you mean you confiscated
A couple
them?
of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Look at Kim. Isn't that corruption? Look at the spinners. I get it. I would have confiscated them too. They're mesmerizing.
That they are. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put these spinners on your machine? Point at Kanima.
No, that would be silly. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool. He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark. I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me. It's only right that we sell them. Say nothing.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
Esprit de corps, but thank you. Thanks, I appreciate your help. Take them. The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. Let's see, I wonder if I could... I've never done this before. What if I do the ledger now? Or will it take too long? Oh, here's the spinners. Radiant spinners worth $200. What? The magnificent hubcap spinners that Lieutenant Kutsuragi has donated to you so that you can pay for your room at the Whirling. They are slate blue and shimmering, haughty in the light. Okay, there's the... Hold on. Oh, I did my thing finish yet? 1 minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Look at the clipboard. Damage ledger. It's made out of a dark blue plastic hard enough to beat someone into submission with. The edges are rounded. However, the U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on the wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM. What did you say the color was? Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Perception hearing, and something small inside, light, made of paper or cardboard or dried flowers, perhaps, peek inside. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. It is not see-through. You cannot see its center. How can I open it? Interfacing, 72. Well, let me put it away. And then look at... Oh, wait, this.
Cop of the Apocalypse. It's not fire. It's not ash. There will most certainly be a sea of corpses leading up to the event. But it won't be war or pestilence that causes it. Oh no, the event will belong to a genre of cataclysm no man has dared to suspect would ever come to pass. You can only sense the shape of it, like a cavity, a pit opening up in your stomach, a throat into which the world will vanish. The streets, the grass, the stars, all will be rolled back. By whom? By what? And how? You don't know. All you know is you're not joking around.
Ominous. Bonuses for the thought. A learning for the Inland Empire raised to 6. Learning kit for Shivers raised to 6. Alright, open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. 6S. Interfacing. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that came off its sides. If you bend the plastic on your knees slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, slide the drawer open. Wait, somehow I don't want to. What are you waiting for? Just... Inland Empire. That's because you know where this leads to.
That doesn't sound like it's gonna be fun!
Slide the drawer open. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Pick up the ticket stubs. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles towards each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to a zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Pick up the card, proceed. Fucking kill yourself, you asshole! Close the permeables compartment. The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who were they for? Blink. What do you think? Pick up the card. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like the leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. Smell it first. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. Exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chewing gum. Open it. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. Visual calculus. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although, that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter, so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Keep reading. Put it away. Keep reading. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out, and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. Keep reading. Stop. Put it back. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. I have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Keep reading. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Item lost. The damaged ledger. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. Endurance. No, no, no. Hold on. Hold on. Fall sideways. Hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. Disco Elysium. Well, that's it. That's the game. Alright, begin. Ancient reptilian brain. There is nothing. Again? Nothing. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Just lie there, passed out. Well, almost nothing. There's the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. Who's that? That's me, Blue Eyes. That's me. And who was that? Who was that? Who was what? He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water, slimy. Yeah, that's the stuff. No, I was cool. I'm cool. Here in the paleo mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Thought gained, white morning, because it's always there. Perception smell, tell him, tell him. Limbic system. Ah, yes, and in the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so, but as they say, what do you do? Smelled so nice. Smelled like betrayal. It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal. Was that the X something, the... Where is Voyager Road? So my name appears to be Harry. Now, just lie there motionless. X something? Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing. No, it was beautiful. Beautiful, believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem. Where's Voyager Road? There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. So my name appears to be Harry. Your name is fuck all. It certainly ain't Harry. Then what is it? Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes. They're taking you somewhere. Enough, just lie there motionless. You think they will let you until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils. Stupid idiot. I'm not coming back. Oh, but you are. They're pouring something on you, in you. It's... Perception taste. It's delicious. Pre-skinema, glowing lights on the dashboard emerge out of nothingness. Where am I? In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsurogi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your cheek.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant extends a small canister to your mouth. Drink. No, I don't wanna drink it. Healing, wow. The water is cold, silvery. The stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Drink. More healing. With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same. I came in contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant. I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Fuck it. Start climbing out of the motor car.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Fuck it. Start climbing out of the motor car.
Good.
He hands you the waterlogged remains of your ledger.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
Tutorial Agent, the Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand. A held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory. Let's see. Oh, I got the... Oh yeah, I never read this. Jamasavu. Derealization. Revachol Special Administrative Region. Lakayu. The Insulindian Ocean Coalition Government Insulindian Mission Command. Name after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. A Truvant. The Apricot Company. World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners. See if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all thoughts, and one you truly must complete. And now we got White Morning. -1 authority, little guy gets further and further away. Does have anything? No. You see yourself from above. You're passed out on the blue tiles of the hotel room floor. Even from this distance, you can see your eyelids flutter at the mention of what? A great white object, letting out its sweet smell, like a lily of the valley. The little man's forgotten his name, but he still remembers the feeling. And look, he moves. The feeling animates him. He instinctively reaches out for the feeling's best friend, a bottle of Commodore Red. He puts on his disco clothes and gets smaller and smaller. So what's this? An item contains 15 bottles I can turn. This is the same ledger you found in the trash, only worse. Somehow, it makes you think about the letter above the woman's handwriting, about not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. Wait, what is it? Was it? I forget what this does. Apparently nothing. Caillou? No, not Caillou. A sewer grate. A gateway to the river of filth. Let's see. Fingerless gloves, +1 electrochemistry. Cigarette-stained fingertips. Gasoline-stained fingerless gloves in navy blue. They've been worn threadbare, but being made of wool, still provide some warmth and comfort. Water lockout until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. Roy's Pawn Shop. Fast cash and faster times. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says D. It's D, no. Woke D, mostly military wear, a few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop.
The man at the counter turns to you slowly.
What can I do for you?
He asks. Empathy. His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you. Shake your head. It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts. Now that the RCM is here, tell me, have you had any trouble lately?
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
History was removed.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection. May I have something... I have something to add to it. Look around, typical vacuous consumerist objects. Honestly, I think some of your selections are, press your finger to your lip, more tasteful than others. This business plan is all over the place. You should specialize, zoom in, recapitalize.
It keeps me entertained.
He draws his attention once more to the play of light and shadow on the walls behind you. Electrochemistry. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Electrochemistry. Is Roy high? And if yes, then what's he on? Success. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light. While the mind continues to race forward, lucky bastard, he probably is on pyroholdia. It's tough to come by on the street. Pyroholidon? What is that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Is it just me, or is it really warm in here? Look around. Step closer. Sir, could you take off your sunglasses? I'd like to check your eyes. Get straight to the point. So, where does the man get pyroholian these days?
How would I know?
Studying you. Empathy. There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. It's pretty obvious that you're under the influence, sir. No judgment. I'm just curious. I probably did loads of pyroholian before I lost my memory. Chill out, man. I'm a chill-out cop who just wants some of what you're having, wink.
Prolidon is just something I You know, since the People's Power disaster.
He coughs as if to mark his words.
I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
Pain threshold. He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. The People's Pile? What's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too.
What's the saying? Intelligence is knowing how to build a nuclear reactor in your kitchen, and wisdom is having the knowledge to not build a nuclear reactor in your kitchen. Let's see. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade that you're part of.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
He looks at the spiraling light and stops. It must have been rough, radioactive cleanup.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths, cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it that the generator failed?
No one's. Everyone's.
He sighs and shakes his head. Empathy. So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
He shrugs. Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Electrochemistry, yeah. You gotta get in on those vortices, my man. Care to share your pyral hole, and I don't know how you say that, with me?
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. It looks like he doesn't want to get involved. Esprit de corps, go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care. I think I've tried it once, and I liked it. I have it. But don't worry, I can take it. I ride the pyro every day.
Every day? You look the part.
He tilts his head, studying you, then nods.
Here you go, man.
He presents a large cap-shaped object on the palm of his hand. Very odd-looking. Electrochemistry. Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Paraholian. Straight in your gut. Thanks, man. Take the Proholian.
Of course.
He looks down. There's something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners. Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesque banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns to you.
Here's the 30 real you need for your bill. Do not waste
No, I wanted the whole thing. Let's see. Do not waste it. The rest goes in his pocket. Empathy. The windfall is a small consolation.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I like to sell my clothes. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Show him the photo. I have this commemorative pin, but before I sell it, I have some questions. Show Linda's pin.
Jean Baptiste summer dinghy rates is 31. What a pleasant time that was. So, what do you want to know? Price? I can give you 320 for it.
320, that's a ripoff. Okay, but can you hold on to it for a few days before putting it for sale? I promise to give the pin back. And that's all I want to know about the pin, thanks. Well, that's a ripoff.
A pin from 31 ought to be priced at 310, but I added another 10 cents just to be nice. Sure thing. So, do you want to sell anything?
I'll check my pockets. Access your pawn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
The postcards. No. I don't have anything to sell.
Another time, perhaps.
Let's see. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
For like, what? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert. Wait, I sold you my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
The 5G radiation. Empathy. He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you. I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
Well, relatable.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Wait, how much did I sell the gun for?
15 real.
15, that's it. The lieutenant looks from you to Roy and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. Esprit de corps. This has got to be the most... wow. Empathy. There's pity there, too. in case you didn't notice. Happens to the best of us, I guess. I really should have killed myself. Maybe I still will one of these days. I'm sorry you had to see me in that state. We don't have to talk about it any further. Say nothing. I'm gonna do it. The light swirls on his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say. Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a
Right there,
civilian is
Vio.
running around
You
the
have a
streets of
good
Martinez
night.
with it?
Empathy. Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside. And this is the only one explanation. She must be one of my rabid fans. Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizens' militia? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I sold my gun.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
Logic. A needle in a haystack. There's nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track down her in time. Have people from Everard Claire's Union came here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here yesterday, looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls. They asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them I already sold it. They went their way. It was a trip, but you know, all sorts of people come here, asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
At least, and now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. You might be able to aid our investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Half-a-light. No one likes to see what you have to see every day. Actually, that's all I've got. That's my missing gun again now. Back to business. Take care. Plastic-wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. This sign, humanitarian aid, tuna fish, not for resale. It says speakers from the people of Samara. This says food gift from the people of Messina. An ancient fountain. Doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it.
Can I help you?
About the money.
Yes. Have you got it?
Let's see. Can I pay with his check? Show him the giant novelty check.
You must be joking, right? You come here, trash everything, and now you try to pay with a novelty check?
The cafeteria manager stares at you, baffled.
This isn't a game show. I'm not going to accept it. You owe me cold, hard money. I want to see that money in the palm of my hand. Every single cent.
Half-Light. Damn, you fat Everard. Your novelty check is useless.
You can cash it in at the local frit near the harbor gates, though it might not be enough to cover it. And come to think of it, frits probably closed at this hour. They are open from 7 to 11.
It's a 7-Eleven. I never caught that joke. I don't think I've ever done that before. I have your money.
Well?
Let's see. Here's your 30 real. Slam the bill down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Here it is. Sorry for the trouble. Here it is. I hope you choke on it.
Great. Perfect. I hope you enjoy your freezing cold room with the window you broke yourself. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, please pay for each night in advance. 20 real per night. If you don't have the money, it's over for you. Got it? You've got nowhere else to stay.
Store agent, time starts advancing after 2 a.m. in the morning. If you haven't paid for your room by then, it's game over. Don't leave finding money at the last minute. However, it's harder to make cash after nightfall, when the shops are closed and the streets empty.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Goodbye. So you put the clothes in the trash. Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes. Who else has unauthorized access to the rolling trash? This is the door to your room. Redecorated. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go. The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
He lights a cigarette. I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Electrochemistry. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. A cigarette is such a great idea. I think I'm going to have one too.
You're cold, Detective. Again, I only have exactly one every night.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
He flicks the ash. Right then,
Yes.
the debrief.
It's been a long and eventful day.
Let's see. How do I... Wait, can I light a cigarette while I equip it? I would have to... I can't equip it, unfortunately. And let's see. How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal. but we did manage to get him down from the tree. So as they say, all's well that ends well.
I just wanted to make sure he was really dead. I admit it, I'm a little out of practice. I still can't believe I missed that shot.
Right. Then we performed the field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. Moreover, you found that the hanged man wasn't just hanged, he was also shot. That was some excellent detective work. And you managed to locate and pull out the bullet, so we can get ballistics, make off the gun. All this is invaluable.
Yeah, I'm a professional. No big deal. It was the least I could do, given all my past mistakes.
The rest is up to the boys in processing. Maybe they will surprise us by doing their job for once, but I wouldn't count on it. We also performed a thorough search of the crime scene. All in all, we handled the situation very professionally. Now for the interviews.
That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is on our line of work. The initial interviews, yes, well, we talked to some people. I wish we didn't have to do any of the interviews. People are treacherous.
Including Everard Clare, a daunting adversary, if there ever was one. He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us more. He's a tough cookie, that one. I'm a little intimidated by him, honestly. He has stuff on me.
Well, we will have to work through that. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
Big relief. It's a very serviceable name, too. I don't know how I feel about my name, actually. I want a different name, one I haven't ruined yet.
Moving on. We tried to interview the Wild Pines rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
He purses his lips.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Electrochemistry. I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. It's just you wait until we get up tomorrow. I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. I'm training for a long-distance run. I want to raise money for charity. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his fingers on his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what are our powers exactly? The RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000? Why not more? That would be an easy power to abuse.
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. If someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, what happens to the people we convict?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on the window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say I was the citizens of Revachol. Let's say it was the citizens of Revachol. Let's say it was the coalition government. Say nothing.
Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
The Moral Intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them? I really don't know. That's how bad it is here. Point to your head.
Okay. They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
What's their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Conceptualization. Something kind and usual. Inland Empire. Something ominous. Electrochemistry. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Perception sight. Something like the dark blue Sirius color of the early night sky above. Who was Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
Empathy. It's more than that. There's some kind of affection in him. You like the moral intern?
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
Conceptualization. That's another motive associated with
But
moralism.
the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
Oh, here we go. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here. Giving us the right to police Revachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen this place? This isn't humanism. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights. Mutters silently. Immigrants, liberal kids, fucking men turning into women. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it.
Well phrased. I understand answering to foreign powers doesn't sit well with immigrant bashing. But without EMI, we would be common vigilantes. That's just the way it is.
Actually, vigilantes is okay with me. Yeah, vigilante sounds bad. Maybe we should make our own law.
Then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union especially, vigilantes is precisely what we are. Personally, I don't enjoy it much.
He looks at the roundabout, shivers. The light of the orphan district is reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string. From east to west, as Revachol commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. Say nothing, just look into the night. The dying lights of the city shimmer below, slowly. Like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. Esprit de corps, this soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno.
Kuno.
It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH.
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks into the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good. We won't change anything here. What the people need is stronger leadership that would put everyone in line.
That seems unwise to me. But it's too late for an all-out political debate.
He purses his lips. Perception sight. He's very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older. Thank you for this, Lee.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks at the door. See you in the morning. Oh, because I can't save. Here, oh, wait, hold on. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. Tutorial agent, the option is to go to sleep becomes available every night after 2100. Crawl in, not time yet. Hold on. Oh, I have to bathe. Hold on, because I reek of death. Where's the... Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. There. This bathtub is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Perception smell. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. Run yourself a bath. I want to live forever with this corpse smell, memento mori and stuff. No, I don't want to be stinky. The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. Undress, close your eyes, and submerge. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. Inland Empire. You feel nice and lonely and so tired. Take the beer cans out. Leave the beer cans in. The cans continue to bob as do your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the sides of the tub. Electrochemistry. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations, none of them acute enough to focus on. Linger in the tub a little. Imagine something. Healing. Wow. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools. Imagine something. As you see the corpse, you can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bat to get rid of that stench. Conceptualization, then, houses a narrow street, a video rental, darkness on the planet's curvature. Get out. The waterline recedes as you stand. You're cold now. Your clothes stick to you, still moist skin. Crawl it. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. The bed. And then sleep doesn't come. But I want to sleep. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Why? Maybe it's the bed's fault. Check the pillow. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Perception smell. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease. Check the blanket. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here. Intimate and warm, breathing. Inland Empire. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. No, not the cock carousel again. It's that kind of dream. Roll over to the other side. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Who killed him? Who? Something to do with... What is it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brainwaves. No more thoughts. Fall asleep now. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch. In your sleep, and images start forming. Bloated corpse of a drunk. Do you remember the scent of your childhood? What is this? I remember nothing. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me. Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are. You said, who? I left. I was left. You know who I am. I'm the bad day. I'm one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear, and it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This'll be the last thing you did to her. tell me, do you remember the love of your life? I was left. That's right, funky baby. You don't... Oh, and you just stood there. On one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours? I can get it all back. I don't want to come back. No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium. What is Elysium? I've talked to you before. I can come back from this. What is Elysium? Everything. The pale and the isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up. I've talked to you before. No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Limbic system, stinky boy. I can come back from this. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding? I'm trying to solve this case. My mind is tired and broken. Help me. You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet. Grinding in your head. So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad. This dry. This unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover. God, there's another type. Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head, like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory. Electrochemistry. Good going, buddy. Oh my god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting, rejuvenating. Is that how it's going to be from now on when I close my eyes? Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. What chick? You don't know. Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does. What the hell is going on? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. Why is this happening? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Volition. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Wait, what is speed? Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up off this floor? I need to get more of it then. Detecting is my life, opt-in. Of course, Martinez is speed central. You just gotta poke around, follow your nose. Let's see, find speed and sniff it. You and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come home, and time will be different. Oh, this time will be different. Alright, let's see. There, that's a good spot to end it for today, the beginning of day 2. Alright, well, thank you all very much for watching, and have a good night.